What's going on, everybody? Different video coming at you this morning. Wanted to give my thoughts on the markets quickly, get it uploaded, and kind of address some issues that I'm seeing across X accounts, YouTube, some comments we've seen. This is a time right now. Bitcoin last night, in case you guys haven't seen, dropped below 80K. Didn't quite hit the 77.3 target we've talked about, but it did get, I think, to like 82.2. We haven't quite closed that CME gap. I don't know if this dip is quite over. We're getting a nice little bounce this morning. We still have that potential. I told you guys about we could make a close closer to 90K, confusing a lot of people before we drop down even lower. But at this point, I'm kind of saying I think we might want to deal with that CME gap first. But either way, how do we handle these markets right now? There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of chaos. There's some people sitting nice and pretty. They're waiting long term. This isn't scaring them whatsoever, but I am aware there's a lot of you guys out there freaking out right now. You're losing a lot of money, and I want to address that. Real quickly before I do, the ceiling is fixed. You guys know I had a leak a couple, 2 weeks ago now. They finally fixed it, repainted it. You almost barely can tell. The house is still all messed up because we got somebody coming later today to clean the floors. It's all dusty and stuff, but yeah, wife and son can come back now, so that's going to be good. But anyway, enough about my house. Let's talk markets. Let's talk fear. Seen several comments kind of echoing the thought of, hey, how people are really scared of how much money they're losing. They're even, there's something people saying like, Tim, I feel like your hopium and the way you're so positive is awesome. At the same time, though, it's dangerous because you're costing people money. There's people that should have sold out a little bit ago. There's people who are going to lose their house, lose their car, cause a lot of financial stress. And I want to say, if that describes you, I think this video is for you, right? When you hear me and T Shroom being so positive and saying we're going to hold on, we're going to continue to ride this out, we got some things wrong, right? I did think 90K was going to be a strong support level. And for a little while it was. And then we lost it. And now that's why we're talking about 77,000. And I'm trying to prepare people because I think 77,000 is a strong support level. But the same way I thought 90 was strong and then we lost that one, there's a chance that we lose 77. But how do you prepare for that? We say it all the time. Those who fail to plan are planning to fail. So what is your plan for the different potential outcomes? And while I am holding long term, right? I am going to be holding this long term. Even if we were to crash, let's say down to 32,000, I'm not selling a single to Satoshi. That doesn't mean everybody should be the same way. I would encourage you to think that way. I would encourage you to be a strong holder and see the future of where Bitcoin is going and where these cryptos are going, to understand that we are in still the transfer of strong retail investments. We used to be completely driven by retail and then wealthy retail investors. So now we're moving into a phase where institutions really will drive the markets. And they see the long-term potential. But we still don't have quantitative easing. We're still coming out of, they didn't want to call it a recession, but it was a big recession back in 2022. We had to raise interest rates dramatically, which is quantitative tightening. We've seen, obviously, massive increases in prices since all that, but we haven't moved officially into quantitative easing. And I know there's a lot of people concerned that we maybe are heading for another recession, and we're going to be seeing unemployment numbers climb to the upside. But we are still on the doorstep. This year, we're probably going to see quantitative easing. I think by summer. Some of you guys think by fall. I just think before 2026, we will see liquidity hit the markets. We also, before 2026, will see regulation be very clear. There's a lot of institutional money, billions, if not trillions of dollars, that want to invest in crypto, that are saying we cannot invest until we have regulation because we have bylaws that tell us we can't invest in these risky assets without knowing the rules. And they're looking at these juicy dips in prices and they're licking their lips. They still can't buy. They can't buy until they get the green light because of regulation, but they are excited to buy. So we're sitting on the doorstep of amazing buying opportunities. However, we don't know if that's going to happen next week or a month from now or 6 months from now. We just don't know, right? So while I'm going to hodl on, and I would encourage people to hodl on, if you are somebody out there who you are in danger of losing your livelihood, if you're in danger of losing your house, if you're in danger of not paying back bills that you owe a lot and it's going to cost you the future, heck, if you have a spouse who is considering ending your relationship because of financial stress, we have never, ever, ever preached people to risk their livelihoods for the sake of cryptocurrency. In fact, something we preach over and over again, I think you guys need to hear it again this morning, is to be financially responsible means only investing what you can lose. You do not invest your mortgage payments. You do not invest your rent payments. You do not invest your grocery bills. You invest what you can afford to lose. So you might be saying, Tim, I'm freaking out right now because I feel like I'm losing everything. How are you so calm? I'm calm because I've only invested what I can lose. If Bitcoin falls to 32K, and again, I'm not saying it will, I'm just saying if Bitcoin does fall, if altcoins do fall, if Bitcoin's down 70%, altcoins are down 90%, I am patient and willing to wait until the next bull market. Again, we're not officially out of a bull market now, but I'm just trying to give worst case scenario. We have a bad bear market for the rest of this year, or at least the next couple months. We dip even further. My portfolio is down 50, 60, 70%. I'm willing to ride it out because I have my income situated. My bills are being paid. I have a savings account that is not getting hurt by this whatsoever. I have adequately split and made sure that if crypto dies and burns tomorrow, that would suck. I'm not saying it wouldn't suck. I'm just saying my wife, my son, myself, we're going to be okay. My wife, I have an amazing wife who has told me, Tim, keep buying crypto. In fact, she's telling me even right now, buy more dip. I'm saying, okay, like we're going to do it smart. We're not going to just go all in. We're not going to take our savings and just deploy it in here. But I am lucky enough to have a wife that's like that, okay? Some of you are not. Be wise with your money. While we are preaching hold throughout this cycle, we are preaching that to good investors, people that have taken that advice of saying, I'm only going to invest what I can lose. If you are somebody right now who has invested a single penny over what you can afford to invest, my advice to you is to take some profit. Reallocate. Listen, here's the thing. You made a mistake. You invested too much. Don't just focus on that. Don't focus on the past. You can't change the past. Focus on the future. Say to yourself, yes, okay, I made a mistake. I invested too much. What is the right amount for me? How much do I need to withdraw? How much can I leave in, and how much do I need to withdraw to make sure my life is still okay? I also encourage you to continue. This is something I've been really big on recently. People keep asking me, Tim, how do you keep buying the dips? I ran out of dry powder a long time ago. Guys, I ran out of dry powder too. I run out of dry powder all the time. I budget with my current income to buy more. Now, some of you guys, maybe your income is tapped out. Maybe some of you guys are going to be unemployed here soon, in which case I would tell you crypto investing right now might not be the best thing for you. And as a crypto influencer, you would think I'm trying to push everybody into investing in crypto. No, I want the right people in the right situations to build crypto. But if you think that crypto is the end all be all of life, it's not. It is a tool to better your life, to better your family's life. And if you're not in a position to be able to invest in it, either because you don't have a lot of money, you just lost your job, you have some financial stress at home, get yourself back on your feet. Crypto's still going to be here in 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years. There will be opportunities to create generational wealth in the future. And if you stick around with the bros, even if you have to sell 100% of your crypto right now to focus on some things at home, stick around with the bros. Stick around on the YouTube channel, come into our free Discord, engage with us as much as you can, because just because you can't change your life in the next week from now doesn't mean you don't want to think about the long-term future still. This is still a golden opportunity. Some of you, you're sitting in a great spot. Hodl on. Some of you are overinvested. You need to sell off some crypto to get your finances in the right position. Some of you need to work on budgeting a little bit better. All of these things are things that are doable. It's just going to take discipline, practice, patience, and commitment to not how much money can I make in the next 2 or 3 months. How much money can I generate for the rest of my life to change the way I think about finances, change the way I think about investing, change my family's future? That doesn't happen overnight. That is a long-term commitment. You've got to commit to it now and be patient to let it play out. So with that said, guys, that's all I have for you in this video. Hopefully you guys are having a good morning. Hopefully the dip in the bottom is close. Either way, though, we're going to prepare ourselves. We're going to make a lot of money in the next couple of years. Stick around with the bros. Smash the like button. Hit subscribe. Love you guys. See you later.